I'd like to call the Livingston County Board meeting of Thursday, June 12th to order at 6 p.m. We'll have the invocation by Pastor Jan Ambrose, please.
Let's bow our heads for prayer. Holy Father, we come to you this evening in the mighty name of Jesus Christ, your Son and our Lord and Savior, to honor you. In the book of Luke, chapter 18, verse 1, it reads, "And Jesus spoke a parable unto them to this end, that men ought always to pray and not to faint." We lift to you our faithful board of directors as we with them pray as Jesus told us to in Luke chapter 11, verses 2 through 4. "And Jesus said unto them, When you pray, say, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as in heaven, so in earth. Give us day by day our daily bread, and forgive us our sins, for we also forgive everyone that has sinned against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us, Father, from all evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen."
Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Ambrose. We'll now have the Pledge of Allegiance led by Steve Lovell. Could we have the roll call, please, Christy?
Manker.
Present.
Herring.
Here.
Fair. Hannon.
Present.
Lovell.
Here.
Rodriguez.
Here.
Vieti. Higg.
Here.
Hanson.
Here.
Mays.
Here.
Berrickman.
Here.
Ambrose.
Here.
Blackard. Myers. Welch.
Present.
Carley.
Present.
Weller. Ritter.
Okay, you have the revised agenda in front of you. I'll entertain a motion to accept the agenda in a second. So moved by Fannin. Second by Blackard. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same. You also have the minutes, a copy of the minutes you should have received from last meeting. I'll entertain a motion to accept those minutes in a second. So moved by Airing, second by Fannin. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same. We actually have no presentations, but I do want to mention one thing. I see Donnie Simmons is in the audience tonight, and I would just like to acknowledge the fact that Donnie's been a long-term employee of the county, I believe about 37 years worth, and his retirement is approaching on June 26th, and I would just like to thank him, and we all would as a board, for all the service he has provided to this county. So thank you very much, Donnie. We appreciate your service. We'll move to appointments. We have Jim Davis, who's currently actually the chairman of the RPC. He has willingly accepted to be appointed to the Livingston County Board of Appeals. So I'll entertain a motion for that appointment. Motion by Airing, second by Monson. Any discussion? Sure, Linda.
Okay, first of all, I have some questions for our executive director, Mrs. Hartley. Has the vacancy for the ZBA been posted on the website?
No.
Has it been posted on our Facebook page?
No.
Has it been posted in any newspapers?
No.
Okay. Do you know of any place it's been posted?
No.
Earlier, we had been told by a lawyer that the county hired, when we had some seminars to give us information about the ZBA, the regional planning, or the county board, And in there, he stressed that we need to protect the process to protect the people. To me, this is important. I'll be voting no on this. I don't even know Mr. Davis. If he's even present, I would not know him if I passed him on the street. But I am voting no because I don't believe we're following the right process. We need to openly seek people from all areas of the county and not just be selectively choosing some people. So I think we need to be advertising this. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
just to clarify, we didn't do an advertisement, but when you go to the ZBA page, there is the notice of vacancy on that page. It just has the 2 slots that are currently open as vacant.
But again, somebody would have to know to go look for it there.
Alina, are you saying there's still one more slot that's open?
That's correct.
Anything else? Yes. Gina?
I was just wondering, because I thought traditionally it was the chairperson that appointed these members to that committee. Is that not true?
That's correct.
Okay, then there really isn't any need for advertising usually. I mean, sometimes it'd be nice to have it on there, but
There is no requirement for advertisement. The appointment is that of the county board chair with the advice and consent of the county board.
that's what I thought. Thank you.
Mr. Hague?
I'd just like to comment that I've known Jim Davis a long time, and I think he'd do an excellent job on that board, and really knows the area well, and I think would be a great addition.
Thank you. Anyone else? I'll take a roll call vote, please.
Banker,
Yes.
Yes.
Bannon,
Yes.
Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Vieti,
Yes.
Haig. Munson,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Barrickman,
Yes.
Ambrose,
No.
Blackard,
Yes.
Welch,
Yes.
Carly,
Yes.
Feller.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. We'll move to the consent agenda. We have A and B. We have approval of bills and appointments of 3 people to Fire Protection Districts, 1 in Gridley and 2 in Long Point. So I'll take a motion to accept the consent agenda.
Motion to approve?
Motion by Fannin, second by Manker. We'll have a roll call vote, please.
Banker,
Yes.
Herring,
Yes.
Bannon,
Yes.
Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Vieti,
Yes.
Haig,
Yes.
Munson,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Barrickman, Ambrose,
Yes.
Blackard,
Yes.
Welch,
Yes.
Carly,
Yes.
Feller.
Yes.
Okay, that moves us to action agenda. We'll start with committee reports, and the first committee is the Finance Committee. Marty Fannin, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have 2 action items for the county tonight. The first is a resolution authorizing the sale of surplus property. Do you want to expound on this? Anybody have any questions on that? Make a motion to approve. Second by Earring.
And
Roll call?
Banker. Herring,
Yes.
Bannon,
Yes.
Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Vieti,
Yes.
Haig, Munson,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Barrickman, Ambrose,
Yes.
Blackard,
Yes.
Welch,
Yes.
Carly,
yes.
Weller.
Okay, thank you. And the second item tonight is a resolution authorizing the loan to Social Security from the Pontiac Coast. We've got more Social Security going out than we've got coming in, so we're gonna borrow some money from the general fund when taxes come in. will be paid back to the general fund. We've done this before, not specifically for this, but we've done this before. And this shortcoming will be addressed in the budget coming forth this year, along with the tort. Alina?
Just for clarification purposes, the loan is from Pontiac Coast.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. Not the general fund, the Pontiac Coast. That's what I meant, but thank you. Any questions on that? Yes, it did. Entertain a motion. Motion by Lovell, second by Mays. Roll call, please.
Banker,
Yes.
Herring,
Yes.
Bannon,
Yes.
Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Vieti. Haig. Munson,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Erickman,
Yes.
Ambrose,
Yes.
Blackard,
Yes.
Welch,
Yes.
Harley,
Yes.
Feller.
Yes. And Mr. Chairman, that's all I have for tonight.
Thank you, Chairman Fannin. I appreciate that. For your committee report? Okay. All right, let's move to Property Committee. Gerald Herring, Chair.
Okay, we've got 3 action items tonight. Authorizing amendment of the Hewens Structural Studio Agreement approving the structural engineering, Hanson, and professional services. This is for the top of the building where the clocks sit. Inside the building, there's some 10 by 10 timbers that are pretty bad shape. And if we don't take care of them now, where we're working on this roof, we're gonna see that clock just come down in the building someday. So I would, have a motion to approve this, please.
So moved.
So moved by Marty, second by Munson. We have roll call. Is there a question from anybody?
Banker,
Yes.
Herring,
Yes.
Bannon,
Yes.
Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Vieti. Haig, Munson,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Erickman,
Yes.
Ambrose,
Yes.
Blackard,
Yes.
Welch,
Yes.
Harley,
Yes.
Weller.
Yes.
Okay, item B, authorizing a change order for the flagpole replacement historical courthouse roof project. If anybody don't know it, that flagpole's sitting on a 10 by 10 timber sticking up through the roof. It's been there many, many years. It's time to refresh it and have it there for another 50 to 100 years, I hope. So I'd like to motion to approve this. Anybody got any questions for us? Moved by Weller. Second by Jim Blackard. Roll call, Christie?
Banker,
Yes.
Herring,
Yes.
Bannon,
Yes.
Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Vieti. Haig, Munson,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Erickman,
Yes.
Ambrose,
Yes.
Blackard,
Yes.
Welch,
Yes.
Carly,
Yes.
Weller.
Item C, accepting low bid from XL Mechanical for the LJC boiler project. This is for the Law and Justice Center. We're taking out 2 boilers that are bad, and we're gonna put a brand new one in that matches up with some of our other buildings, so we can exchange parts when we have problems. I'll make the motion to approve. Second by Marty. Discussion? Roll call, Christie, please.
Banker,
Yes.
Herring,
Yes.
Bannon,
Yes.
Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Vieti. Haig, Munson,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Erickman,
Yes.
Ambrose,
Yes.
Blackard,
Yes.
Welch,
Yes.
Harley,
Yes.
Weller.
Yes.
One thing I want to report on is, this, surplus property we have. This is a bunch of materials, left over from the new H&E building. There is saws and stuff that was in the old H&E building and equipment for, we actually had a carpenter shop. And then there's a bunch of squad cars. So if anybody wants to see this, they need to look at the website to keep track of it. It'll be coming up, I'm not sure when Elena's gonna get this approved and do it, but sometime in the future. Thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you, Chairman Herring. We'll now move to Agriculture and Zoning Committee. Michael Haig, Chair.
Okay, Agriculture and Zoning Committee met Monday, June 2nd. We have several items to go through. Brittany's here to help me out. Number A is resolution zoning case SU-3-25. It's Blackstone RLA. It's an airport, it's a private airport that went through. You want to go ahead and give an update?
Sure. If I start coughing, I'm sorry. This is zoning case SU-3-25, known as Blackstone RLA. This zoning case pertains to the review of a proposed special use to operate an airport on property located on a 35-acre tract of land in an AG agricultural district in Section 18 of Sunbury Township in unincorporated Blackstone. The Regional Planning Commission, Zoning Board of Appeals, and Ag and Zoning Committee have all recommended approval for this case.
Okay, I would accept a motion.
So moved.
Get that?
Berkman and Vietti. Berkman and Vietti.
Yeah, yep. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Manker,
Yes.
Herring,
Yes.
Bannon,
Yes.
Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Vieti, Haig,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Berkman,
Yes.
Ambrose,
Yes?
Blackard,
Yes.
Welch,
Yes.
Carly,
Yes.
Weller.
Yes.
Okay. Item B is zoning case SU-20-24, SV CSG North Creek Solar. Brittany?
This is zoning case SU-20-24, SVCSG North Creek 1 LLC, owned by Sunvest Solar LLC. This zoning case pertains to the review of a proposed special use to develop a 2.125 megawatt solar farm on approximately 20.39 acre tract of land in an AG agricultural district located in Section 11 of Pontiac Township in unincorporated Pontiac. This parcel has a creek that runs through the very northwest tip of the parcel. Because of this, the Zoning Board of Appeals noted in their motion that fencing needs to go along the eastern side of the creek, that an additional prairie grass is maintained on the west side of the creek, and the trees will be planted around the entire parcel. The applicant has provided a revised site plan with the recommendations from the ZBA that was handed to you guys tonight. The motion with the additional conditions was made in the affirmative with a unanimous yes vote from the ZBA, and the Ag and Zoning voted in the affirmative 4-2.
Okay, yes, and you have the papers in front of you on that. Is there any questions?
Yes, I have a question. This is on ground that is not currently farmed, is that correct?
I'm sorry?
This is proposed on ground that is currently not farmed?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? Entertain a motion.
Moved by Herring.
Herring and Munson,
Yes.
Roll call, please.
Manker, Herring,
Yes.
Bannon,
Yes.
Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Vieti, Haig,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Mays,
No.
Berkman,
No.
Ambrose,
No.
Blackard,
Yes.
Welch,
Yes.
Carly,
Yes.
Weller.
Yes.
12 ayes and 3 nays.
Motion approved.
Motion passed.
Okay. C is just a extension for its case SU-4-24 AC Power, and it's just asking for a year extension. They've had some problems with Commonwealth and getting stuff in. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. That's what I was-
They've had some problems with Commonwealth, delays, they've had delays with Commonwealth as well as getting all the stuff they need to do it, so.
So they don't have any problem with the materials they needed?
Well, there's both, I think. The way I understand it's both.
Yes, it's, so the adjustable block, adjustable block program held them off a little bit. And then ComEd held them off a little bit longer, and then they're also having issues with the tariffs.
I got something to say. I've said this in previous applications for extension here. We are under no pressure or requirement to extend for these people. Frankly, I have no pity for these people that have come and submitted applications and tried to jump. And really what we know what they're doing is they're trying to get ahead of the line with the state of Illinois, with the federal government to get lined up for their subsidies. And really, I have no pity for them, like I said. This is an easy no. We can say no. We can tell them to go to the end of the line. They're welcome to apply again. And I don't see why we're bending over to allow these people more time when clearly they were unprepared, and it's their problem, not ours. Everyone complains that we're under pressure from the state and a whole bunch of other reasons to approve these things. This is an easy no because we do not have to extend for these people.
Comments? Not, I'd accept a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second? Second. Weller, Herring and Weller?
Lovell and Weller.
Herring and Weller.
Herring.
Any other comments? Okay,
Maker. No. Herring.
Yes.
Bannon.
No.
Lovell.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
No.
Vietti. Egg.
yes.
Monson.
No.
Mays.
No.
Barrickman.
No.
Ambrose.
No.
Blackard.
No.
Welch.
Yes.
Carly.
Yes.
Feller.
Yes.
Seven ayes and 8 nays. The motion failed.
Motion failed. Okay. Okay, E is zoning case SU-2-22. It's Bluestem
you-
Solar.
Skip D. 822.
Oh, excuse me. D, zoning case SU-8-22, Broad Light Solar, and we can do them separately or together. They're both from the same company, and we're just approving their decommissioning plans, which you should have in front of you here. And it has been approved by the lawyer. The only thing you said it says.
Yep, the only thing that they had changed in their agreement, it was that they want to do a surety bond rather than the letter of credit.
These are built, right, Brady?
I'm sorry,
These are both built.
what's
Built,
that?
actually, if they're
Ye-
built.
They have not been built yet. They're not built, no.
This is a guaranteed surety bond, correct?
Yes.
Move to approve both of them.
So approve both of them?
Lovell.
Level seconded.
And that was Blackard and
Blackard and Level, yep. Any other comments or concerns?
D and E together, correct?
Yeah, they're gonna be together, yep, D and E are together. Okay,
motion was to do them both together.
yep, both together, roll call.
Right, Manker.
Yes.
Herring.
Yes.
Bannon.
Yes.
Lovell.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Vietti. Egg.
Yes.
Monson.
Yes.
Mays.
Yes.
Barrickman.
Yes.
Ambrose.
Yes.
Blackard.
Yes.
Welch.
Yes.
Carly.
Yes.
Weller.
Yes.
Motion passed.
That is all, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman Haig. We'll now move to Highway Committee. Steve Lovell, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I was out of town, so Mr. Blackard will handle it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First off, action on the action agenda was the letting results from May 29th for there were several things on there. I'll make a motion to approve that. I need a second. Any discussion, any questions? Roll call, please.
Manker,
Yes.
Herring,
Yes.
Bannon,
Yes.
Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Piety, Hig,
Yes.
Monson,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Berrickman,
Yes.
Ambrose,
Yes.
Blackard,
Yes.
Welch,
Yes.
Carly,
Yes.
Weller,
Yes.
and Ritter. He's absent.
Okay, our second our second agenda item, action item, is a resolution appropriating the MFT motor fuel tax funds for the 2025 salary of the county engineer. We have been waiting for the state for several months to provide us with that recommendation. It did come with a substantial raise, but this is based on the state's guidelines after they reviewed everything, and we are actually under an obligation to contractually to provide what the state recommends. So with that, I will make that recommendation and I will seek a second. Blackard and Ambrose.
Ready?
Yes.
Manker,
Yes.
Herring,
Yes.
Bannon,
Yes.
Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Piety, Hig, Monson,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Berrickman,
Yes.
Ambrose,
Yes.
Blackard,
Yes.
Welch,
Yes.
Carly,
Yes.
Weller.
Yes.
And that is my full report for the Highway Committee, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Vice Chairman Blackard. I appreciate it. We'll now move to Sheriff Jail and License Committee. Bob Weller, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The committee met at its usual appointed time on June 2nd. The first thing we did was we heard a quarterly report from probation from Ron Baker. Everything is coming along fine there, and he's predicting that he will come in under budget, which is always good news. The sheriff gave the monthly department reports. We also had our housing report. Housing at the jail is remaining steady with our in the county and mostly out-of-county inmates, or residents, shall we say. The sheriff also mentioned a new program that the jail superintendent is beginning at the jail for the residents called Hustle 2.0, I believe. Is that correct, Sheriff? And it's an educational program that will offer some self-paced in-cell programs through a total of 32 courses. Those that complete all the courses will actually earn 3 college credits. So that's something that we're offering and instituting over at the jail to try to improve some lives there. Other than that, we had the proactive report. We had a raffle license for the Emmington Community Association, which is in conjunction with the Emmington 3rd of July celebration. I urge you all to get to Emmington for the 3rd of July celebration and take in the parade. As you know, the parade goes around twice. You can switch sides of the street and watch it from the other side. Other than that, Mr. Chairman, that's all I have for you.
Thank you, Chairman Weller. We'll now move to Rules, Legislations, Veteran and Community Services. Jack Vietti, Chair.
Thank you, Chairman. We have a few action items here tonight. Under A, we have provider service agreement with Show Bus. Lena, do you need to express anything on that, or need?
No, just that this is a 6-month agreement instead of a full year. It will run through December 31st of 2025, and we'll be issuing an RFP here shortly.
Okay. Any questions on that? Not, I'll make the motion.
Second.
Manker,
Yes.
Herring,
Yes.
Bannon,
Yes.
Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Piety,
Yes.
Hig, Monson,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Berrickman,
Yes.
Ambrose,
Yes.
Blackard,
Yes.
Welch,
Yes.
Carly,
Yes.
Weller.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Under B, we have provider service agreement for CRIS we have any questions on that? I'll turn it over to Alina if there's any questions. If not, yes. Oh, you move it, okay, all right. Moved by Haig, second by Mr. Lovell. Any further discussion? And if not, oh, go ahead, Linda, go ahead.
Well, I just think we need to tell the public that this is the service we will be using instead of show bus. I've had some people concerned.
No.
It's not true.
It's not true.
Okay, so this service agreement is specifically for Ford County. So the agreement that you previously approved for show bus is for the 6-month term for Livingston and Iroquois County. It's to get us through that period. Whether or not show bus continues after that is yet to be seen. That's why we're issuing the RFP, to make sure we're prepared if they choose not to go forward. The idea is not to have any disruption of service.
Livingston County.
We'll have service with show bus through
For 6
December.
months.
Mhm.
And then,
And we will issue an RFP within the next 3 weeks, likely, and seek a provider for the next 6-month term.
which could be Chris.
It could be Chris, it could be show bus, it could be someone else.
Okay, if not, any other questions? Yes, Gina?
Yes, on this Chris agreement, is that also a 6-month?
No, that's a year.
That's a year one? Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Going once, roll call, please.
Banker,
Yes.
Aaron,
Yes.
Yes.
Bannon, Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Vieti,
Yes.
Haig,
Yes.
Monson,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Barrickman,
Yes.
Ambrose,
Yes.
Blackard,
Yes.
Welch,
Yes.
Carly,
Yes.
Weller.
Yes.
Okay, we're under C, intergovernmental agreement with McLean County for the lease of the Shanoa Bus Garage. Do we have any questions on the Shanoa Bus Garage? Floor is open. Not, I'll make the motion. I need a second.
Second.
Okay. By Mr. Blackard, right? Okay. Any other further discussion? If not, roll call, please.
Banker,
Yes.
Aaron,
Yes.
Bear, oops, Bannon,
Yes.
Lovell,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Vieti,
Yes.
Haig,
Yes.
Monson,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Barrickman, Ambrose,
Yes.
Blackard,
Yes.
Myers, Welch,
Yes.
Carly,
Yes.
and Weller.
Yes.
Okay, under D, resolution adopting Title VI policy. Any questions on that? Going once, going twice? None, I'll make the motion. Seconded by Mr. Haig. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
What voice vote? There's a voice
Oh,
vote.
There's a voice vote, okay. Voice vote, please.
All in favor,
All in favor?
signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
There's no no's, thank you. That will conclude my report. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman Vieti. We'll now move to Information Technology Committee. Gina Manker, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We did not meet this month, but we will be meeting in July to discuss some capital budget items. That is the end of my report, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman Manker. The admin committee did not meet. I just have one brief thing to say. I just want to thank our executive director for the effort she's putting in with this rural transportation thing. This is a needed service in our county, and it kind of got thrown into our lap, and it hasn't been the easiest thing to deal with. And I know that she's put in a lot of time, and it's a bit frustrating at times, but I want to thank Alina for all the work she's doing on this, because it is challenging. Seeing that, we'll move to public comment. In public comment, I'll first ask the board if they have any public comment, but it'll be limited to 3 minutes per individual and 30 minutes overall. Thank you. So does anyone on the board have anything they'd like to say first? Yes, Seth, please go ahead. Didn't see your hand.
Thank you. I had the opportunity to read the second quarter Public Defender's report, and nothing specific about that. And I see Ms. Matoyer's not here. But I want to extend a thank you to Ms. Matoyer and the Public Defender's Office for their commitment to ensuring that everyone has a right to a fair trial and legal counsel as guaranteed by the Sixth Amendment. Regardless of their client's financial status, they work relentlessly to provide effective legal representation, ensuring equal access to justice, and protecting their clients' rights throughout the legal process and aiming to achieve the best outcome for that client. Ms. Matoyer, her staff, and our nation's public defenders, they help us guarantee that the American justice system operates fairly and equitably, and I just want to say thank you to her and her staff.
Thank you, Mr. Welch. Is there any other board member that would like to speak? If not, general public can come forward. Please just state your name. Yes. Yes, please.
Thank you. My name is Rosanna Davidson. I live in the village of Flanagan in an apartment on the far west side of town. My husband and I moved here from Lubbock, Texas 10 years ago to be near our daughter and grandchildren. We are not property owners in Illinois, but are very active within our community. In my role as a grant writer, I talk to many people about plans for the future. I'm speaking in favor of implementing the Panther Grove projects in western Livingston County. I see the wind turbines just west of Flanagan from my kitchen window and hope we can have our own project to benefit our community through providing substantial revenues to our village, township, fire department, library, and school. I'm giving my wholehearted support to the Panther Grove project because I know the financial support and the immediate and long-term opportunities for jobs that the wind industry provides is very great. My grandson in Texas is a young worker in the local projects, and he's being well-trained and supervised as he learns his role as a service technician. He sees a career in the wind industry. From my life experiences, I view the Panther Grove project like it is oil wells being drilled on our land, bringing immediate specialized workers to get production going, then creating long-term post-production startup jobs to keep the production running smoothly. Every oil field and every turbine project I have seen in Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Colorado, and North Dakota has been well-maintained and productive and updated for decades. My conversations on a day-to-day basis with local people who are knowledgeable about the financial benefits to the village, township, fire department, library, and school are very positive. People are counting on receiving funds from the Panther Grove project to sustain and improve the services each provide. We are counting on these funds to survive and hopefully thrive. We are relying on the funds for our future.
Thank you.
Charles Hicks, Graymont, Illinois. The Panther Grove 2 wind farm application includes the Agricultural Impact Mitigation Act in Appendix K. Have you read it? Does the county negotiate it, or do you even accept it? I call it the Madigan Act because everybody is getting something out of this, and the power and the control all goes to the applicant, which they call the facility owner. How does that protect or help the county? As an example, look on item E on page 14 of Appendix K. It states, upon abandonment of the wind farm, the county may take all appropriate actions for the deconstruction of the wind farm, including drawing upon the financial assurance. Hopefully there'll be enough money to cover the deconstruction cost. And if the county doesn't act, the landowner can draw on the funds. Why is this even in there? There should be an unbelievably substantial penalty written into this agreement to stop a company from even thinking about abandoning the wind farm. This act states it is just the minimum, and the county can add to it, but will the county hire a junkyard dog negotiator to make this act stricter to protect the county and the taxpayers? Or will they use the excuse that there is nothing we can do and just accept the anticipated money coming down the road? Thank you for your help.
What page did you say that was on? What page?
Page 14 of Appendix K. Item E.
Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Donnie Simmons with the Livingston County Health Department. As all of you are aware of now, I'm retiring in 2 weeks with the Livingston County Health Department after being there for 36 years. Working at the Livingston County Health Department was never a job that was about the money or how I could advance myself. Working at the Livingston County Health Department was always about the mission, assuring conditions in which people can be healthy. It was a job about how to provide the best service to the residents of Livingston County to keep them healthy. My high school teacher one day asked the class what each of us wanted to accomplish and why. My answer was to cure the common cold. Everybody kind of got a laugh out of that. Because I wanted people to be healthier, even in high school. Little did I know just how that response was a premonition to the future professional life that I would lead. I never did cure the common cold, of course, but the job I've held for the past 36 years has allowed me in a small part to improve the health of the residents of Livingston County. During this time, I've been given many different monikers. I've always been known as the food guy, the well guy, the septic guy, the mosquito guy, and most recently the tick guy, because I've pretty much always been the guy at the health department. I'm sure there are other names that have been given to me over the years, which I dare not repeat before this body. I've always accepted these names with a sense of pride, knowing the respect and knowledge they imply for the service that I've given to the residents of Livingston County. One of my favorite quotes is by Tim Cook, the founder of Apple, who said, "If you want to make everyone happy, don't be a leader, sell ice cream." It is easy to not worry about making everybody happy when you're doing the right thing and have the support of the leadership to do what is right. I've always received the support from the 5 different administrators I worked for, the Livingston County Board, and the Livingston Board of Health. This leadership was never more evident than during the COVID pandemic. The COVID pandemic response by the Livingston County Health Department is one of the proudest moments I have ever experienced. During this time, I was no longer doing environmental health stuff. Instead, I was charged with supplying long-term care facilities with personal protective equipment they could no longer get. I helped set up the vaccination clinics or whatever was necessary and park cars in the rain, the ice, the snow, with employee family volunteers, and even Dr. Day of the Board of Health. Employees and volunteers stepped up and did whatever it took to run an efficient site to get as many people vaccinated as quickly as possible. We had people coming to our clinic from as far away as Chicago because we got the job done. It is easy to do the things the right way when you work as a team, a family, to achieve our common goal, to assure conditions in which people can be healthy. We stepped up and demonstrated what a local agency could do in a time of crisis for its citizens. I am so proud to have contributed a small part to such a huge undertaking with my fellow employees. To the residents of Livingston County, all of you, Livingston County Board and Livingston County Board of Health, I say thank you for allowing me to serve you for these past 36 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Donnie.
Hi, my name is Jackie Fry. I'm from Pontiac, Illinois. Good evening. I would like to voice my concerns about the potential Panther Grove 2 wind farm project. As a mother of 2 small children, I am very concerned about the number of industrial wind projects being considered by our county and the environmental and ecological impacts it will have on my children's future. When I see the hundreds of wind turbines that already exist in the surrounding areas, I can't help but believe that we are ruining farmland for future generations. Earthworms play a valuable role in soil health and viability in forests and farmlands. The vibrations created by the rotating parts of the wind turbine can decrease the number of earthworms in the soil, which can have a negative impact on the soil and soil organisms. Interfering with their survival and reproduction can indirectly affect water filtration, nutrient availability, and soil structure and aeration. Do you really think that our productive farmland can be returned to its original state if these turbines are removing a vital part of soil health? Other concerning impacts of wind farms that unfortunately I don't have the time to dive into tonight include the estimated 500,000 birds killed by turbine blades each year, along with the significant impact on the loss or disruption of natural habitats of both wildlife and livestock, which can lead to changes in behavior, health, fertility, communication, and migration patterns. I'm also concerned about decreased property values and the effects of infrasound pressure pulsations on human and animal health. Furthermore, for the proposed 104 wind turbines in this project, 75,504 tons of CO2 emissions are needed just to produce the concrete foundation and steel towers. To put that in perspective, it takes approximately 31 trees to offset 1 ton of CO2 emissions. Therefore, it would take 340,624 trees to offset the emissions produced by the concrete and steel fabrication of the wind turbines. I'm not even including the nacelle, rotor, blades, generators, burying underground wire, transportation, and work site construction in this calculation. Lastly, since wind turbine rotors are not easily recyclable, most blades are not recycled when the equipment is decommissioned. Therefore, in 20 to 25 years, when these turbines reach their end of life, the 312 blades from this project will either end up in the landfill down the road or at a wind turbine graveyard site with thousands of other blades. I would encourage the county board to conduct their own independent and unbiased research before approving these projects with inadequate information and unanswered questions. I ask you to consider these concerns, think about the long-term effects that will impact the future generations of this county, and deny the application when it comes to a vote so that the Panther Grove Wind Project cannot be developed.
Thank you.
Good evening. Thank you, County Board, for your service. I, too, am a retired public servant as a full-time fireman. The question I have is, what kind of neighbors are the windmills going to be? Oh, sorry, Jim Wellwood, Livingston County, in the path of the storm, so to speak. What kind of neighbors will the windmills be? They started out with intimidating salespeople. They were rude in some church meetings. They left the road a mess. They drilled holes and left holes that had to be subsequently filled out after they were actually called on the carpet, so to speak, about putting that into good shape. So as a good neighbor, they have to sign an agreement that holds the county, not the county, the wind farm company, a hold harmless agreement. So if they sign a hold harmless agreement, why do they need to do that if these windmills are such a good thing? If you look at Panther Creek number 1 on 116, there's several of these wind turbines that are leaking oil. That oil leaks down into the ground and it winds up in the groundwater. I live out in the country and I rely on groundwater, and I don't want my groundwater to be polluted. Shadow flicker, blade shed are all hazardous, and they're going to impede the use and the joy that I get at my property. The sounds that they make will also impede the joy that I have at my property. My property value will suffer. I grow an organic garden, and the blade shed will be blowing onto my vegetables, and that doesn't sit well with me. If there is a fire, there will have devastating long-term effects on the soil around that, including the groundwater. the wind turbines are also known for killing birds. I've seen snowy owls about 3 feet high, and I've even seen bald eagles in my area that would be indiscriminately killed from the blades. Other landowners should not infringe on my life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness that I do at my farm, and I would encourage you to please vote no.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Alan Miller, owner of Prairie View Farms, a purebred Angus farm located within the footprint of Panther Grove 2 proposed wind farm in Gridley, Illinois. I was raised in Waldo Township, and after attending the University of Illinois and receiving a PhD in animal science, I worked for the University of Illinois in beef extension for 15 years before returning to the farm full-time to manage our Angus operation. We have more than 200 cows at the farm and raise and sell calves all over the United States. I feel I'm in a unique position as one of the very few landowners in the footprint, making my living exclusively from a livestock operation. I want to share with you my unequivocal support for Panther Grove 2's application for this project. Because of my background in livestock production and university research, I understand some of the science behind some of the impacts wind turbines have on agriculture. My farm will be directly impacted by these turbines, and I am not the least bit concerned to continue to raise my cattle within its footprint any differently than I have for the past 25 years. I have yet to see any credible research saying that there will be a negative effect on livestock as a result of these turbines. With more than 71,000 wind turbines in the United States today, many already located in this county, I firmly believe that the industry has proven itself in its 40-year history in this country. I'm optimistic about the economic benefit to the community will impact more than just our farm. The benefits of wind energy to the community is well documented, adding jobs, increased revenue to schools, township governments, and other locally based entities. As a farmer, I am a business owner in the community, and as a business owner, I want to support the programs that will positively impact the community in which I live. Please consider the science and the support that we as landowners directly living in this community are sharing with you. Thank you for your time this evening.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Julie Russo from Cornell. I just wanted to thank you again for attending the Panther Grove 2 hearings. A huge project like this, one that affects a lot of lives and covers an enormous amount of agricultural land, deserves a lot of time and thought as you consider all the evidence. I know how much time the project has already consumed. Please know that your time is greatly appreciated. And I also ask you to attend the last couple of hearings coming up on June 23rd and June 25th so you can hear closing statements. But there's something else that I'd like to share. I think you should know that more people are opposed to this project than you're aware of. Unfortunately, I've found that some people, due to a working relationship they have, or a business they might be involved in, or sometimes, and this is the tough one, because of a long-time friendship, or a family member or a neighbor who they just don't want to argue with. They reluctantly give in or choose to remain silent. Even worse, they might succumb to the pressure that's placed upon them to go along, to get along, and sign up. And this is so incredibly sad. Because I also believe that the deceptive business practices used by the developer often contribute to this in a very big way. That's the nature of the business and what the citizens of this county have been subjected to. It's divisive at its core. I'm asking you to think about the toll that's been placed on these people, all for an industry that fails to deliver on its promises. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just so the board can better understand my opposition to this project, I'll give a little background. When the Minot Wind Farm was proposed, we were told it would have no effect on us. We would see them off in the distance, but none of the turbines were going to be located close enough to our property to hear them or have flicker. Because of our distance, we were not even offered a good neighbor agreement. We chose not to oppose the project because it was supposed to help the school, keep our property taxes down, and we thought it would be an opportunity for area farmers to diversify their income. The choice to accept the Minot Wind Farm was a mistake. The nearest turbine to our home is 4,518 feet. We hear the turbines, the hum of the generator, and the whipping of the blades. We had flicker across our property until the tree line got tall enough to block it out. Our TV and radio reception were significantly reduced. 3 of the turbines in the proposed Panther Grove project will be closer to our home than the current Minot project to the west. The 2 closest turbines will be to our north and 1 to our south. We're being surrounded. In addition, these turbines are going to be twice the size of the Minot Wind Farm turbines. Our trees will never grow tall enough to block those. Many claims have been made through the testimony about why this project should be approved, but none of them are valid reasons. There are a handful of people that will financially benefit from this project. The majority of them do not even live in Livingston County. For the rest of us, we will have the turbines. Our property taxes will continue to increase. Ours has gone up over 30% since the Minot Wind Farm went into operation in 2014, and we just got our latest bill and it's up again. The schools are supposed to benefit from all the extra funds. According to Illinois Report Card website, the local school districts are now spending less per student than before the wind projects. Expenditures have increased 50%, but the spending per child has decreased from 2012 through 2014, or 2024, I'm sorry. Our daughter attended Flanagan School K through 12. In early and mid-2000s, the grade school was scoring in the top 95 to 97 percentile of all the schools in Illinois. Now they're not even in the top 90 percentile. The school may have more money, but the children are not benefiting from it. We are told these turbines are safe, but there are no health studies or controlled studies to support that statement. The county website has your mission. It says to provide an efficient, effective, responsive government that successfully fulfills not only its statutory duties, but also promotes Livingston County as an attractive location in which to live and work. Please live up to your mission statement to keep Livingston County an attractive location to live, a place where people can invest in their home, be part of a rural community without fear of a foreign company coming in with people who would never even live here and strip away our way of life, diminish our investments. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Darren Weber. I'm a 4th-generation farmer, Livingston, living in the Centennial Farm on the southeast corner of Pike Township. I'm here tonight to ask for the board's approval of the Panther Grove Wind Farm. When I was asked to sign up the family farm, I had no reservations. Since I have a guy farm between Colfax and Sibley, we farm around them, and we found there no inconvenience. As we drive through their countryside, I see how nice their roads are, have been fixed up, the wide field entrances, and really have nothing bad I can say about trying to farm around them. The other thing is the source of revenue to my family and the community that I can get from my one wind turbine. So I ask for your support. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Harold Thiel.
Born and raised in Pike Township, Flanagan High School, graduate of Illinois State in Ag Ed and Ag Business. Longtime farmer with the livestock operation, which right now includes raising dairy heifers for replacement. And where we do that is right close to a wind tower. It's about as close as you can get. We were told we'd have problems with conception. That has not been a problem. Our conception rates are excellent. The dairies we work with are happy because we get them bred on time, pretty much every time. As far as this country goes, we need energy. I don't care if it's for your laptop, for your lights, for your car, but we need energy. We need it from more than one source. We have hydro, we have nuclear, we have wind. We need energy. I cannot understand some of the opposition to the wind farm. I'm very much in favor of it. People that have talked to me about the cons, we have not found working next to them. So I would ask for your research and approval of this wind farm. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Pam Long from Cornell, Livingston County, and I thank you for your time. And I am opposed to the wind towers. Coming from Cornell, I used to drive down 23 looking for the top of the courthouse. Now we've gotten to watch wind towers to the left, the landfill continue to go to row, and it's been very sad to watch that. That used to be lovely farm grounds, and just I oppose the wind towers. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
My name is Gary Luchins. I live in Normal, but I'm a farm owner and in Livingston County. We have a 160-acre field in Waldo Township that we were solicited to do business with the applicant as early as a letter from 2022. I'm sorry. Year 2022. We refused to participate since the beginning of that. We were called blind farmers by one of the salesmen that called on us because we didn't want to participate. I want to share with you why we don't want to participate. We don't want to be controlled by somebody else. The contract says that once you lease the ground, you can't control what happens on your property. And not only that, you can't control what happens on the non-leased land next to your property. The land, the wind farm gets an easement to that non-leased land next to your property. We don't want to be controlled. We want to have the ability to say you can come and go on our property. We lose all of that if we sign that agreement. That's especially concerning in light of the last few weeks, in light of the eco-terrorism story where a couple people, scientists from China, got involved with the university to the north with what is perhaps dangerous biological substance that could possibly impact the agriculture should it spread. That's a concern I've had in the back of my mind for a long time, since these facilities are not secured at all. So not only I can't secure my property, the applicant isn't going to secure it either. There's also the effects that someone mentioned earlier that we hold the applicant harmless from. The sound, the flicker, wave. There's also chemicals shed from the turbine blades. The flicker. There's health impacts. Bottom line, though, is The zoning is about protecting one neighbor from another. This is a non-agricultural project, and the zoning ordinance says there should be no significant impact to one's comfort and enjoyment of the property, no significant impact to property values, and the livestock may get along fine, but the ordinance talks about the rights of the property holder, the rights of one neighbor versus another. And I would ask that we please consider the rights of the non-participants as we move forward with this, because our operation is a sixth-generation farm, and I asked my nephew, sharing my thoughts about why I think the way I do, he said, I completely understand. I don't want to be controlled by somebody either. I want a farm. That's what we want to do. We want a farm, unimpeded by third-party involvement. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to speak? Seeing no one else, Jack? Move to adjourn, first by Yeti, second by Fannin. All in favor signifies by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Meeting adjourned. Thank you all for attending. Our next meeting is Thursday, July 17th, 6 p.m. Oh, Fannin. Sorry.
And if